Yo, what's going on, boys? Finally headed back home here after the holidays. And it was a good trip. I enjoyed my time there, but at the same time, look, it's time to move on. They do not believe in the habits and the discipline and everything else that I talk about working out and having goals and stuff. So fine, you can't surround yourself with people that do not think the same way as you. You cannot do it. I literally had a doctor tell me, do not be with a girl who does not work out because they will bring you down, inevitably. Oh, and maybe not right now. What do you think most relationships end up like? The couple gets fatter, right? They quit doing the things that brought them together. You know what I mean? Or they get complacent. So that's something I want to avoid completely. And yeah, it's time to leave. It was nice being there. I love them and everything, but that's it. I was eating some desserts and stuff, and I did it on purpose. I didn't have to eat it, but I wanted to see how it would make me feel as part of an experiment, even for these videos. And let me tell you, you would think that by eating some sugar or some carbs, it would give you some power. And absolutely it did not. It actually wore me out so much that I was like, can I just take a nap, And you don't really want to be that way when you're trying to work out. I got to work out one day. That's how much okay, I'm not going to be all super negative here, but I got to work out one day and, it was good. I enjoyed it, but I wanted to do more. But at the same time, I kind of felt tired. And I think that had to do with the food. And food is energy. And your body is energy. And it's an energy state, right? You've got multiple systems in your body. You've got your digestive system, you got your circulatory, respiratory, everything. And they have to all work in sync. And so when one is off, they could all be off. And so some people think that, oh, I'm going to eat some treats and it's going to make me feel good in the short term. But in reality, the long-term effect is even worse because now you're getting fat, you're getting mental problems because you're thinking, oh, I'm getting fat, but I want to deny it. And well, this makes me happy in the short term, so I'm going to go for that. And you can just see it written all over their face that it's just, they're sad inside. I've got pain, I've got this, which leads to diabetes, type 2, or worse. And I'm here to tell you that, I see some health problems arising with my parents right now. And we're trying to kind of work them through that, but at the same time, it's like, we are not them. We cannot make their own decisions. We can bring them to the water, but we cannot make them drink. And it is kind of unfortunate, but it is just the reality. But, in this video, I just want to talk about something that is kind of unrelated to that, and that is this idea of learning a lot about everything. For me, I've always loved learning about a lot of different things. I've never been a super master at just one thing. I've been good at a lot of things, but I've never been just he's the guy and that's all he knows. There's a dude in high school we went back and hung out with a little bit. The typical reunion type things. Oh, hi, I haven't seen you forever. And all he could talk about was the one thing that he was good at in high school. And so I'm seeing this and I'm thinking to myself, are we not growing up? Are we not learning about everything? There's so much to learn about and to be interested in it. And I think kind of the generation that's being risen right now is just stuck in this virtual world of video game land and VR and all this stuff. And guys, I grew up with video games. I love them. But I also know that I just don't have time to sit there and play games all day. I literally had multiple roommates and that's all they did was just play games. No judgment. It is what it is. But for me, that was not going to work. And honestly, playing games to me is tiring. The only games I'll play is with my brother or one of my friends or something, and that's it. I'm not going to go play games alone. I'd rather be making videos. I'd rather be at the gym or doing something, making some more money, hustling. Guys, we've got to hustle now while we're young, because let me tell you, when you're 70 years old and you just want to be taking naps all day and everything hurts, you're not going to want to go do anything. We've got to get this stuff done now. Now's the time. Not tomorrow, not next week. Whatever it is you've got to do, let's go do it. Right? And so for me, I've been interested in a lot of things. How to build cars, engines, how to redo them. I finally learned how to do that. That was cool. with that Knight Rider car I have. How to buy and resell cars, how to flip phones, how to do Amazon FBA. We did that. How to do drop shipping, retail arbitrage, how to fly airplanes, scam a pilot, how to travel, like how to know what to do when you're traveling, the tricks, the tips, those kinds of things, how to think analytically, how to push myself, how to work out, the human body, like everything, bro. And you know, we were just at Barnes and Noble the other day, and I got to thinking, I was like, hey, this is a perfect opportunity for like a quick video. And I did like a little pan around the place, but basically all I wanted to say in that was, if you don't know what you want to do, go to a place like that has a lot of different books on different topics, and you can learn what it is you really want to do. I know 40-year-olds who still don't know what they want to do when they grow up. I'm thinking about going back to school. Oh yeah? And what do you want to do? Oh, I don't know yet. Okay. Like, that's the best place to learn. You know, a lot of times, looks like we got a slow down here. This is all the holiday traffic going back to work, I guess. But, you know, a lot of times we just don't know what we want to do, and we don't know what we don't know, right? And so if you stay too sheltered and you don't know anything, then all you know is the world you're in. That's why people like in the 1800s didn't know anything outside of their little village, because they didn't travel outside of it because it was dangerous. Because the safety was in the herd that was there in that colony, right? Makes sense. People are losing their minds over here. We were actually on the highway headed the other way many months ago, and there was like a horrible accident that literally lasted 3 hours. It was bad. And I was in this car, and this one's a manual, 5-speed manual, and it was not one of the funnest moments, let me tell you. But yeah, be curious about everything. How does electricity work? You can't see it, but how does it work? What about the atmosphere, the weather? We had to learn about all that during pilot training. And so, I don't know, I just implore you to learn a lot about everything, because it's going to make you more valuable. You're going to have more skills, and you're going to be able to relate to people on a social level a lot more than anybody else, because all I know is software. Cool. Well, I don't know anything about software, right? So how is that going to happen? Luckily, I do. But the point is if you're talking to somebody and they don't know anything that you're talking about, well, I guess conversation ends because we have no relatability and nothing in common. So what you want to do is kind of do the shotgun approach and like learn a lot about everything, so you can help yourself in social situations where you can help people and meet new friends or whatnot. But you know, man, we had like 4 cars just on the side of the road right there. You know, that actually brings me to a good point. Check your tires before go driving. A lot of people neglect tires. You know, it's like this idea of don't fix till it's broke. And that's something that my parents are kind of dealing with right now, and the fact that like we think some of their health is declining a little bit because of their weight, honestly, and their lack of exercise. Guys, exercise is literally going to cure a lot of disease and prevent a lot of issues from happening to you, because you're using those muscles. Okay, the car wants to run on the highway. It wants to get up to speed. You need to get your heart rate like above 170. Like, it needs to get up high. Whether it's doing some Stairmaster or some running on the treadmill for, you know, even 30 seconds, 10 seconds. Just get your heart rate fast. It's going to keep your veins from getting crusted up. Think of like, I'm trying to think the best analogy here. I guess like an old wire that's just fraying versus one that's like brand new. You want to keep your veins like they're brand new, not that they're fraying apart, and everything's just going to deteriorate on you. That's not a good look. But yeah, that's all I got for this little video. A little quick 10-minute video on my way back. Gonna stop by the store. I already made my grocery list. Okay, guys, that's what I like to do. I love making my grocery list on my phone and then like hitting backspace as I'm like going through the store and getting everything done, because you can do it any way you want, like a piece of paper or whatever. And this goes for anything. Any of your to-do lists, you can do it this way, because it's just gonna be something you can see, okay? Every time I try to do like a to-do list in my head, I'll inevitably forget something because I'll get to the store and then all of a sudden my mind goes blank. I can't remember anything. So it just doesn't work. But when I have it written down, when you have your goals written down, you're going to be able to see it in plain view and be able to check mark stuff off as you get closer and closer to what it is you want to do. So anyway, boys, it's good talking with you, and see you in the next video. I'll probably do one literally right after this about something else, so stay tuned. In a world full of fakeness and deception, keep dominating your realities, and I'll see you in the next one.